God, it's hot out here. It's hot in the jungle. Aloha, folks. Welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode featuring two-time Playboy Playmate Miss Tiffany Toth. I think we had a good time together. We made some kind of cocktail. We kind of fell off the recipe a little bit, but it was a good time. So we're going to be meticulous with this one. This cocktail is a cocktail that I wanted to make specifically because of the vessel that it was served in. Vessel sounds weird. The tiki mug that it was served in. While this one says 1963 on the bottom, this cocktail is from the 40s. We are making Trader Vic's legendary fog cutter cocktail. For this cocktail, we will be using lemons, oranges, Orgeat syrup, light Puerto Rican rum. This is Bacardi 8, one of my favorites. It's so floral. Makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, right? Brandy, dry gin, and cream sherry. Now, cream sherry you can find in places like Bevmo or Total Wine. You will not most likely find this in grocery stores. I found out myself because I went on a wild goose chase for this, or cream sherry chase, I guess, because that's what it is. So when I was researching this cocktail, I made sure not to screw anything up this time. So I went to all of my sources, including my vintage menu here, which has a picture of the Samoan fog cutter. So in the 1940s, it was the fog cutter. In the 1950s, it became the Samoan fog cutter. This is probably a better cocktail than the fog cutter because it had evolved. Vic must have thought that the fog cutter was a little too something. I don't know. Of course, I found the cocktail in my 1947 Trader Vic's Bartender's Guide on page 333, which is half as satanic as the other number. Then I looked into the illustrations of the glasses and I came across this fog cutter mug. If you've seen this fog cutter mug in person, send me a DM, mention it in the comments, send a carrier pigeon, Morse code, pass a note in class, whatever you got to do. I would like to see this glass because mine's from the 1960s. So more than likely this glass was for the Samoan fog cutter. I want to see the fog cutter glass. Then the last thing that I looked at was the 1972 Trader Vic's Bartender's Guide, and under the fog cutter, actually before the fog cutter, which is odd, Victor Bergeron says fog cutter? Hell, after two of these you won't even see the stuff. So, yeah, probably not the funniest thing he's written, but I like it when he writes little things about the cocktails because it's fun to get a little insight to the dude who created these cocktails. Let's make the drink. So let's start with the orange. There kind of tends to be a lot of juice in oranges. So, well, there's an ounce right there. Half an orange, 1 ounce of orange juice. 2 ounces of lemon juice. All right, there is 2 ounces of lemon juice. I'm gonna use my knife here just to see if I can strain out any seeds that might have slipped by me here. And I strained out 3 seeds. 1/2 ounce of Orgeat syrup. Kind of smells like nothing. Orgeat syrup is tasty stuff. 2 ounces of light Puerto Rican rum. 1 ounce of brandy. Okay. Yes. 1/2 ounce of gin. All right. Well, what, it just keeps twisting. What the hell? Lock. Okay. We're gonna fill this tin with ice, shake, pour into the mug, and drink it. And let me tell you, the other night I had a professional bartender over. So next week we're gonna have Mr. Kelly Merrill on the show, one of the lead bartenders from Trader Sam's in Disneyland. He was like, hey, you know, your shake's okay. And I was like, what do you mean my shake's okay? You taught me how to do it. This is the guy that always taught me how to be the super good cocktail shaker that I am. Turns out, I'm not. This whole time I've been teaching you properly how to shake cocktails. I have been lying to you. I shouldn't say I've been lying to you because I didn't know. He told me more horizontal. This is the proper way. I've been going like this, which I thought was mixing it up. It probably is, and he said it's not bad, but that's the proper way to do it. So as per Kelly Merrill of Trader Sam's at the Disneyland Hotel in Anaheim, California, you shake it like this. And that's, well, it's already getting cold, I'll tell you that much. All right, a little bit of a whack on the side where the tin meets the glass. The glass comes out and we pour it into the fog cutter mug. So the cocktail ends about here. As with any tiki cocktail, you want to fill it all the way up with ice. Okay, once you have filled the cocktail all the way up with ice, we need to do the sherry float. Now it says a float of cream sherry. I didn't know what a float meant. I mean, I knew what a float was because you've seen them in bars just kind of do-do-do-do. Turns out that a float is a half an ounce. So as per, I think the Smuggler's Cove book, he calls it a half ounce. And Martin Kate used to work at Trader Vic's, so he would know what they meant by a float. So that float, we are just going to go right on top of the cocktail and just kind of drizzle it on the top. 1/2 ounce of cream sherry. So there's the cocktail. Let's come up with a garnish now. The reason I had my Trader Vic's menu out is because on page 2, they show the Samoan fog cutter. And the Samoan fog cutter is in the same glass as the fog cutter. There's the chick and the chick. And it looks like they used mint, some kind of swizzle stick, and a straw. I think we're gonna go a little bit deeper tonight. So let's get to garnishing. Let me put the cocktail over here while it's watering down. We do have some fresh mint from the grocery store. And I keep trying to grow this stuff and it just keeps dying on me. I just keep buying it new. It's $3 at the grocery store for like this amount right here. With mint, you always want to give it a little bit of a whack and that wakes it up. That gets the oils oiling and then the scent really jumps up. And the idea is that when you go to take a sip out of your drink, you're getting a nose full of mint. So we'll put the mint in there. I have a Trader Vic's pointy swizzle stick guy. I think I got this in London at the Trader Vic's, I'm not sure, but we will be using this. Let's see here. Do I just stick it in? Sure, let's cut a lemon, get rid of some of these seeds here. So we'll put the lemon on the side there. Wait, how's this looking? I gotta look at it this way. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Well, let's just put the whole lemon in there. That looks cool. Oh, you know what? We might need some more ice. I think it's, man. Hang on, everybody. Put some more ice in there. I think the float melted some of the ice on top. Okay, so there we go. We put this stuff in here and we're gonna use the mint in the back as a bit of a background. We'll put this lemon right here. Okay, that looks cool. Now, let's take a slice of orange. Okay, let's do a whole thing. We're doing a whole thing here, folks. And I have some maraschino cherries. So, somebody in the comments before was like, why are you using those milkshake cherries? And I was like, I think these milkshake cherries are what they used back in the day. By the way, Luxardo cherries are like $30 for a jar. What? What is with these things that you keep twisting and they don't lock? Good. I have this extra long toothpick kind of thing. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna do the cherry first, and then we are going to do the lemon facing up like it's holding the cherry, okay? And then we're gonna do the orange facing down like it's some kind of, it's like some kind of primitive sculpture. So we're gonna put that in there, make sure that some of the foliage is up over the orange. Okay, and then we have this fancy brass straw, and we're gonna put the straw in the back. Oh, come on, straw. Well, there's the cocktail from the 1940s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trader Vic's fog cutter. Cheers. Wow, it tastes like a 40s cocktail. I don't know that a lot of people would love this cocktail today. It's very acidic, like most Trader Vic's cocktails. Yeah, it's an interesting flavor combination. You really taste the crispness of the gin kind of biting through. Even though there's 2 ounces of rum in there, I barely taste the rum. It's the sherry's still sitting on top, so who knows what happens when I get to that. Ugh. I definitely taste the brandy in there, but it's really just a very acidic fruit forward cocktail. Huh. It's good. Don't think I'd ever order this. Not on purpose. I wonder what the Samoan fog cutter's like, because maybe he refined it. Anyway, coming up next week, we have Kelly Merrill from Trader Sam's joining us to look at both the Pearl Diver and the Pearl Diver Punch. We're gonna make both of them, compare and contrast, see what happens. Then another one of these solo ones. And then I was invited by the owner and management of Clifton's to come and do a Breezeway cocktail hour from Pacific Seas. Last time I was at Pacific Seas, I was on the bandstand. This time I'm gonna be behind the bar. Crazy. So I'm actually shooting that tomorrow, which will be the Monday. Well, this is Sunday right now, so that doesn't matter. You're in the internet land, right? And we're gonna have pinup model and TikTok sensation, Jasmine Chiswell, joining us. So I'm super excited to meet her. We've talked about shooting for a long time. We never have gotten around to it, but now we're gonna have all of Clifton's to ourselves, and we're gonna be able to do a cocktail video in Pacific Seas. So exciting stuff. I hope you'll join us. If you've enjoyed this show, please, please, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help get some exposure to the people that aren't in the know like you and I are. Well, of course I am. I'm the one doing it, but you know what I mean. And with that, thank you once again for joining us on Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour for Trader Vic's Fog Cutter. I'll see you next week. Aloha. We'll put this lemon on top. Ah, excuse me, dog. Astro, that's enough. No. Pearl Diver Punch? Yeah. Stupid. And also, this is super dangerous. I could stab myself in the eye with this toothpick while I'm trying to get a drink. Might have been a bad idea. Well, it's tangy. It's like really tangy. And that thing's gonna jab me in the eye. I keep saying that I'm not gonna do any more guests, and then people just either keep volunteering themselves or volunteering locations, or I don't know. There's too many cool people out there in cool places, and I mean, let me know if you like it. Do you like the guests? They're longer shows, but I just feel like I have so many interesting friends that it's nice to talk to them for a little bit, but also just to share a tiki cocktail. I mean, it's an interesting cocktail. I like the glass that it comes in. If an artist today, though, came out with this glass, there's not a chance I'd buy it. But because it's part of the Trader Vic's thing, you know, collect them all. It's like a topless hula dancer who's like, looks like she's upset at something. And then there's another hula dancer over there playing the ukulele. And then I think that's a fella. Oh, it's like a dude laying back on a thing of rum here. This guy, he's got like a papaya maybe, and a pineapple, some other stuff, maybe a coconut. And so there's his head, and then you've got his jeans. So he's wearing jeans in Hawaii, which is, I guess, a thing in the 40s, or, well, this is 63. So, but he's leaning on this barrel. It's like the Trader Vic's. I see the intent. It was like the Trader Vic's menu illustrations, where it's got this beachcomber guy who's just sitting back on a big barrel of rum, getting drunk with all these beautiful wahinis running around. All right, it makes sense now. There's a helicopter going by. It's like a real dry cocktail. I swear it's all the gin. There's too much gin in that, man. And lemon. Well, why are you going limp on me here? Oh no! What is going on with the mint these days? They don't make the mint like they used to. And a little dude, where are you going? Oh man, this is a mess. What happened? Get fucking stuff all over me. Ah! All right, folks, let me tell you a little bit of a secret. God, it's talking about yourself in the third person is either really arrogant or douchey but I'm trying to tell a story. So take it in the manner that it's intended. The spike that you saw on the first half of this video actually had to go back and refilm the beginning of this video because when I went to look at the footage from the original recording, it wasn't there. Like, it wasn't there. And there's nothing more disheartening than plugging in your stuff and going, where's the main camera footage for the whole first part of this cocktail? It doesn't exist. So I don't know what happened because I saw the blinking light the whole time. I know that it was recording. I don't know what happened. That sucked. Now, let me tell you how things get worse. By the way, I made a whole new cocktail, so let me taste this thing first. Okay, so while I was just telling you that little story, I realized that I forgot the cream sherry float. In the middle of telling that story, I had to pull my straw back out. I had to pull my straw back out, then film the part with the cream sherry float. This has been the most tedious cocktail video episode I've ever filmed. But that's not even the worst of it. So when I came back tonight to refilm the beginning, I went through the whole thing. Ingredients were all squeezed and poured into my mixing glass. And I was like, did I turn on the mic? I think I did. Should I check? Nah. Okay, I'll check. I went around, checked. Mic's not on. 20 minutes of recording this thing, talking to the camera for no reason. So I was like, all right, I already poured a whole fog cutter into a glass. I guess I'll put that in the refrigerator and maybe after this one, I'll drink another one. There's kind of a lot of booze in these things. Like that'll make tomorrow kind of a bummer, I think. Anyway, I went back, I reset the whole stage and everything and then got new fruit and I made a whole nother one. So I've done this intro part, I don't know how many times, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like the video, leave a comment and say, hey, thanks, bro. I really appreciate it because I know that you're on the brink of never doing another one of these as per this cocktail video. Totally true, except that I already have 2 others already filmed, so I'm already tied into it. Anyway, cheers, folks. Thanks for enjoying them. This is such a tangy cocktail. It's tangy. I just tried to drink out of the toothpick. All right, we gotta stop this.